Well, actually, they're going to be able to avoid this owl drone here, but sinatraa just going to take first contact, deals with dapr immediately.
Yeah, a little bit of a return fire from shahzam, but it's quick and it's Acend, really sending a stark message to begin with. 2 quick kills and you lose out on dapr and shahzam.
We have to relay that information, so Nats got a lot to deal with here. If they swing together, he's going to get detected here as well.
Yeah, he's going to be noted pretty quickly. Redgar's gone down. Nats is only good for 1. It's on Chronicle now in a 1v4, and it's gone quickly. Acend, hey, let's talk about this now. That's 4 standing, that's confidence.
Again, now it's going to give them the opportunity to, I guess on some of these buy rounds, explore mid, maybe get a little bit aggressive, stop Gambit in their tracks, but
it's going to be put into a tough scenario, having to deal with this push coming up tube. 2 players going to turn the screws on it. Nats doing Nats thing, says hello. Starzo, you going to try and play Viper against me? That's crazy. For now, though, Gambit are doing well. They're keeping the rifles in the right place, and they're not really falling foul to any of these little bits of trickery. Now, yes, maybe sinatraa with a rifle could find a bit of work here. Spike is down, though,
Last player
and
standing.
Bonecold gets caught. So now sinatraa left in a bit of a spot of bother.
again, just look at that. It's something that we see Nats become more and more comfortable doing, right? It's the walk up, it's the pick up. Yeah, actually missing on the first shade off. We'll clean it up.
This way, they can leave sinatraa lingering towards that B site, as now Chronicle starts to build through. Lovely work from him. Good spray, no connect, but it's Redgar to find it. So now the site should at least be available enough, and Chronicle does not overextend.
The tricky spot here. Hunter's Fury actually going to get sent through from Redgar. He actually found a tag inside back at Halls. He did. kyedae will fall. Just he can sinatraa to try and recover this now.
I don't see Gambit getting overzealous. I don't think they're going to overpeak on this. I think they're going to sit real keen, play this smart, and not give away any opportunities. Just a little jump peek, that's enough. Just to reassure. Positioning! What? Zeke! 2 kills out of nowhere, and suddenly this round becomes a little bit more viable, but time is the biggest problem! Oh my word, Zeke! Is this when you're going to step up and deliver? But it's going to be Chronicle. The bottom line, Zeke! The timing! I don't think he's going to have the time. Surely! Surely! Oh my god! Zeke has just destroyed them! Gambit were like, we're fine. We're absolutely fine. And then this happens.
Oh my god. I can't believe again, like you said, Chronicles, look at this on the X-ray. Chronicles like, yeah, surely they've not got a way back on site. Zeke actually got off the defuse there before the half again.
They still haven't cleared or noted Bonecold. He's going to sit there quietly.
They have to re-explore, exactly. There's so many like dirty little angles they can find. Nat's actually going to get found with the spike inside. Hauls that one.
Oh no, the opportunity might have just slipped through his fingers. He keeps control of it for now. Defo does well to get away with that. That was actually looking very one-sided, but now down to the 3v2. Redgar and Defo still trying to find that spike and build it back through. They're trying to isolate Starzo, who's on the stairs. That could be a catch-off, and it is. Good pick from Redgar there, but look who's been waiting the entire time. He kept calm under pressure. Bonecold being ice cold, and there is sinatraa. Starts around, ends around, and we carry on. Acend. Deep post-plant positioning potentially, or maybe with that Hunter's Fury, they feel like they want to lean towards that a little more. But Defo's going exploring, and he finds nothing that he wanted. Starzo still holding a good amount of territory. There's that ult coming in as considered. Doesn't get everything, but Starzo does. Acend looks so polished. Nats, you've got a 1v5 and a Spectre. How lucky you're feeling. The defuse has already come in. I don't think you can do anything about this one. Acend are looking like a different beast right now. Everything is going their way. So now keep your eye towards the likes of Zeke, who sat towards the corner here. Still has flashes. kyedae can't watch his cross anymore, so he's a little isolated. But kyedae has got a feeling someone's close by. And he's not wrong, and he still gets a surprise on one. Great trade from Defo. Great clear from Defo. How's he found this little bit of momentum? Nats pushes forward, secures CT. Bonecold from the backside does at least get 1, but now it's down to 2. sinatraa and Bonecold spike yet to go down. Where is this? Hold on, 5 seconds. sinatraa just has to live. Nats, can you find the final player? Bonecold's out of there. That's the worst game of hide and seek Nats has ever played.
And still, they're too slow to react.
Defo doing this?
Yeah.
Look at this. This shot. The site's yours. You've got to feel that's our first big chance. You know, where's the spike plant from this? How are they still able to deny so much space? But sinatraa is feeling confident. He has the line of sight, and he is just having the run of things here. Bonecold as well gets a challenge, but gets overwhelmed. Gambit with the 2 players coming through. Zeke with the underhand flash. It's good, but it's not great. Gambit finally getting the frags they need. The pace looking much better. More deliberate in approaches now. It's just Starzo
talking about comfort picks and whatnot, not feeling comfortable on the sky, but right here you see, as soon as sinatraa drifts into elbow there, they spot the turret, and it's almost like that rotation comes through straight away. You see
towards A, but everyone else holding that mid presence. Nat's going to invest the ult. Now starzo knows that he's going to be really on a platter here. Tricky for him to survive. Can he do anything with it? The answer, pretty resoundingly, is no. Gambit with a really nice approach. There's the adjustment from Gambit we were waiting for. It took a little time, but it ain't over yet. sinatraa and Killer still here. He just seen everything. He just sent it in. He gets Redgar, but Defo deals with kyedae, and it's going to be 9-3. Going to be dealt with. Can he be shut down in time? No, he still gets to fall away, but they're going to try and springboard off the back of this. Keep that pace high. Beautiful flash through, completely blind. Still got one on the way down. Defo going to be dragging them down to the grave, and 4 standing for Gambit. This is a shutdown. Acend came in with a bit of a game plan, but it looks like it's been dealt with on all fronts.
Again, the setup is so good to greet this B hit. Almost mimicking Chronicle.
Stunner.
Actually, we'll find the third there. Don't actually think he gets spotted there.
I don't think so. Oh, you're playing dangerous games now. Shados is the one closest to the corner, but sinatraa going to just check him, body check him down. Acend now striding towards the sites. That's going to be pretty much all the danger removed from the site, and not much to really come from it. Nats and Chronicle. This wasn't an invested round, though.
No real contingency behind that. Nobody covering the possibility that Acend had so many bodies bottom mid. Towards top mid, actually. Zeke will find another. Just one of his ultimate here, so whether or not they try and feed that kill over to Zeke. There will be, actually, yeah. We'll find his third from Acend, but they've already drawn this rotation again. Like I said, Nat's going to be the only one to try and defend a site here. We'll find kyedae, but actually we'll find Zeke as well. He's going to stop this one before it gets started.
And hey, if Defo can't do it, put Nats on the site and say, all right, bud, we need you to lock this down, otherwise we're done for. Spike left on his side, and the bullet just gives him a haircut. These three looking vicious. sinatraa does find Nats, but not without him finding another body to add to the tally. 2v4 isn't going to be easy. A lot of potential trades favorable as well. sinatraa still going to isolate Defo. And Bone Cold the last one alive, but it's a 1v2. This is far more feasible than it was before. Spike well within grasp, but Chronicle way too aware. Yeah, they've got to hit this site right about now. Chronicle trying to spam away, try and get some chip damage, but Nats is now surrounded. He's got players right, left, center. Ult comes in, and the plant going to be going down as well. Nats actually decides to get aggressive. Oh no, Nats unchecked is always deadly. Chronicle's got his side as well, and now we go into the last player standing. sinatraa, what do you got for us? Anything left in the tank? Absolutely not. It's Nats waiting.
Give it up, guys. Let's play. Strength in numbers will come through. But right there, they get ahead of the curve, ahead of the spike, even comfortably being planted here. I mean, look. Bone Cold still, I mean, that's 3/4.
Humbled the money. Acend kept on 11 for now. Gambit should be able to convert this if all goes to plan, which, hey, there's some pressure coming in through those double doors. And Nats, again, how many times will he be tested? And how many times is he going to succeed? He stands his ground, and he delivers. Nats, again, is refusing to move. He doesn't know when he's dead. And the last player alive is Bone Cold, and they just can't get rid of him. Gambit, 4 stand, and the gap.
And they're walking into a really awkward setup here on the defense from Gambit.
And now they're like, oh no, surely not again. Surely this isn't what's happening. Look at the utility smothering them down. Nats is buying time after time. Can they finally take him down? No, they can't. Nats, the immovable object.
No way.
Unbelievable work from Nats. And Acend can't escape him. He's the final boss that they cannot get past. And Gambit have brought the scoreline.
Defo looks like he might even follow up on this. We'll hear the orb be retrieved, and look at that. It's the spike noted as well, so lots of information given. He's going to try and find something on the other side of the map. We have to see if he does find success. Here are Bone Cold and starzo still staring down the barrel of Defo. Nats does actually deal with that lurk, so again, good indication here. Straight away he hits this rotation. And they're almost committed here, trying to find something.
I really like this. It's flawless again.
Interesting thing here will be if they can make use of this utility ahead of null command. There you go. Actually, it's popped straight away and immediately see the nano swarm to try and buy a little bit of time. And Chronicle will find it.
But he pushes into this. The confidence is just uncontestable. And Nats is the back line, and he is not going to fall away. Nats has just destroyed them. You can't run and you can't hide. Nats is right there every single time.
able to completely shut down with the null command. And like I said, there's a window of opportunity where you have to make use of this utility ahead of the execute, right? Particularly, we talk about, this just comes down to gunfights, right?
And look at the synergy between these two players.
kyedae might even try and bait a little contact here at double doors.
Yeah, but they've got an early rotation as well. Chronicle's coming over, and I quite like that. Defo's got himself hopping out the ult. Nat still finds one! No matter what they do, Acend can't do anything! They are left without an answer. And it is just a clean sweep from Gambit. 5 alive. Bone Cold presented the impossible. Tries to make it happen. And Gambit take the lead from Acend. Good luck. Because we know who's there. Redgar this time holds across. sinatraa finds one. Redgar sprays in. He gets one connection, but it's still going to be Nats, who finally gets denied by starzo. There's a chance! And he gets ripped away. Redgar! It's 10 seconds! It's over! 13 to 11. The nightmare resurfaces for Acend and Gambit. And already we're going to see that pressure towards Nats. He's going to be kind of dealt with towards Tree for now, but he's still got a gun in his hand, and that might be just enough for him. Yeah, good luck targeting this man. He'll do it all with that target on his back. As starzo now left in the 1v4.
That's a Redgar set up green. We'll find the first, actually the second as well from starzo. That's fantastic work. Defo actually will swing through with shahzam. They find it.
Well, I'd say with that Astra playing towards the A site, even on Tree, though, we still saw how well prepared Nats was. But now a bit of a trade out. And hello, Bone Cold, finding Defo, and now we've got a player advantage. shahzam is all the way in spawn. Now the contact's made. He has to buy a little bit of time. Just the last piece of utility put to work just before he backed away. Confirmation of 2. And there's that lean through from CT. Nats is en route as well. Chronicle, oh, good for the double. The triple, not quite, as Bone Cold carries on forward. That's the Bone Cold that we know with the Sheriff. And is there any more? shahzam, a 1v2. Spike not down, 20 seconds to play with. As Bone Cold trying to be the protector, the bodyguard on this, but has to slip away, sit deeper on the site. But it gives a second, and that might be all shahzam needs. A quick flash and a peek. Pushes in, and Bone Cold. That is the man with the Sheriff. It may not be on the Omen. Why not give it a go? But for now, this will be, hopefully, clean enough for Acend, and there's the dash, and actually, kyedae is fully white, fully blind. Bone Cold needs to be careful here. They can crest this corner if they're feeling themselves. The rifle is in, but they just play as numbers, play as the pack. A 3v3, there's no way this gets more dangerous. Okay, Spike's going A. Okay, it's okay.
Somehow, it's okay. A 2v2, though.
It's okay. But they do have rifles. Here's that flash, underhand, sends it in. Timing is everything. sinatraa set for success, gets one on the cross, and now down to Redgar, and it's sinatraa to keep things just about in check, but...
weapon there, but they come in at the last second. Acend showing presence towards A. Defo just brazen in the swing there, and sinatraa will punish it.
That's a big amount of information coming through. shahzam gets a freebie and a nasty one. shahzam hasn't seen anything, and he's still finding them. 2 huge kills, and it's just sinatraa keeping this one looking potentially likely. You don't walk this, do you, Bone Cold?
Surely not.
You wouldn't do that. Maybe in timing with this, though. Yes, you
does.
do. When sinatraa plays in, he moves through the divide. Great timing, the push and the pull, taking the eyes away from the prize. But the spike now has to get towards the site. Spike going down. I don't think anything's going to stop it. Chip damage enough. kyedae is going to respect that and fall away to a new post-plant position eventually.
Spike planted.
Here pretty early on, though. kyedae's wise to it. Nats now the last man standing, a 1v2.
And there's the contact made. They now know the position he's working from. They try and stay as a pack, but it's still Nats. One side, going to be one, the other on the other, and this is just lovely work. And you see Acend had to really keep check on that. Flash and Zeke going to now try and power on forward. Takes everything he can with him, but now on the other side, Defo. Oh, there it is. Good shot from Defo. Comfortable enough, but it's not the only one here. And actually, kyedae's what? He unleashes himself. 2 huge frags, keeping Gambit at bay. And is now down to Chronicle. Locked out, blinded, has no chance for now. Has to rescind for a second.
He'll get tagged out as well. He's going to look to follow up on that information. Just to slow him down a little bit as well. Chronicle not an awful lot he can do in this scenario. They're looking for a big adjustment on the side of Gambit here. Not necessarily in this next round. We'll have to look at the economy, but...
Wait.
So on the back of the Aldrone and the Seekers here, you can see CNED will actually get picked off there, but Redgar and Shados have pushed up so deep towards A. You can see him pinged out on the minimap.
Are they going to
actually.
check this? They have to check
Starzo
this.
knows exactly where they are. He's pinged them on the minimap.
But I still want Bone Cold Zeke. If they even start trying to play towards middle, really trying to address this, even with just a swing, this is not what I wanted. That's a disaster in the making. And now he even predicts the push-up as well, fighting Starzo. Shados has just dismembered this hit. Oh, Redgar as well. That's the Gambit you need to find form.
For this execute.
Okay, Defo, Shados. Now going to be suppressed and have to just have the gun in the hand, and that's going to be the good pick on the first. The follow-up, Shados! Quick as lightning, finding 3 and sending Acend right on back. Defo wants to take that space. And this is brutal work from Gambit. That site's all theirs. Bone Cold and CNED. I wouldn't want to go through there again. It's just a grinder. Just let them know, yeah, they're still around. Don't overpeak it, boys.
10 seconds left.
Got to give this one up.
There it is, walk on in. Only gonna get 1, and 3 seconds left. CNED still gets Redgar, but it's gonna be 3 on the board.
Will confirm CNED's entry towards B side.
But it's so good for a retake, and Zeke looks
They don't even
just
need to retake.
flat. Yeah, Chronicle's doing just fine already. The door was already shut, and Nats was on the other side of this. If it was gonna be a walk through B, they'd have been aware and maybe hit that rotation through CT, but as you said, they didn't even need to go to that mode yet, so Bone Cold now. You gonna do anything for us? Not really. Shados shuts it out, and I've got to...
Again, look, Defo controlling all of B main. Already the rotation comes through from Gambit.
The theory is exceedingly strong from Gambit, but they still have to deal with the pressure that's coming their way. Redgar! Oh my
No
word,
way, Redgar!
Redgar! How are you alive in this? Deals with such pressure so well. And Starzo knows he is now just absolutely surrounded. The spike's in enemy control. He cannot get across that.
Looking like a 7-5 half, which is a miracle for Gambit.
Their ability to adjust whenever they need it. Redgar to shut down this chapter. 5-7, Hypoc.
Work. A pistol round, a round 2. Right back to an even game. How Redgar finds a second here
I don't know.
is beyond me. He has no right to find that second kill.
But it's not the first time we've seen him deal with that sort of presence as well. It starts with this. The pistol in the second half can set you up and tee you up to get to those double digits for Acend. That could be incredible for them. And Zeke, the man to step in towards that pick towards main. Eyeing up the spike though, it's working up short.
Gambit drifting towards this 3-player stack. Actually, the Trailblazer are going to plant the seed of doubt towards mid. Actually, Zeke and Starzo will swing through. Nats and Redgar fall.
No doubt in Ascend's mind. They are still holding the right place in the right time. Shados is about to be in danger, and he is. Zeke is taking control of this round. 3 big picks, leaving just Defo in a 1v5. Not much step, but the cross is not available. Acend get what they need. It's the start.
If Gambit do want to continue playing slow, Bone Cold and Zeke need to suck with their utility and make the most of it.
pace.
But CNED.
He has to get out of there because they're trying to hunt him down right now. Tries to slip towards CT, but takes a little bit of the space back. The pace change from Gambit is so apparent, but already it's fine. Acend happy with all of this. None of the fights break a sweat, and it's another prime game. CNED is still CNED, and he might want to do CNED things. He might just walk back because Starzo's looking like he's thinking about it too, and the timing, he just misses it. But wait, they don't know he's here. Oh no, Starzo! They have no idea! He gets 2 out of nowhere, and this is meant to be the bonus round. It's a 3v3. Redgar, Nats, and Chronicle not loving this. As CNED, he makes the madman drop. Gets down in their faces, and now just Nats presented the undesirable scenario. They face together, and they win together. Acend gonna push up to double digits.
On the side of Acend.
It's the B main control that's making me so nervous, though.
Yeah.
If they try and pinch through towards B, the crossfire could already be in place, and Zeke's just already cut off Nats. So they're actually trying to slip through spawn, and they might be able to do that. With killers going down, there's an option for a Zeke. Tries to stop him before it starts. CNED gets one in the back!
Way.
How did he even get that? And now 3, and Zeke's all too aware. He can't quite convert on the second. Redgar still stands. Starzo, though, there's the aiming control becoming a problem. As Chronicle, he was a highlight on map 1.
I have the spike.
Has the undesirable task of trying to find 3 players standing at the moment. Taps the spike. No one going to take that initial bait.
30 seconds left.
Chronicle looking for his first potential victim. Spike plant comes in, the spray comes out, and CNED from above. It's 11 on the board for Acend.
How Gambit sit after that.
Because they bought in, right?
The age-old count to 3, pull the trigger. CNED finds one. But yeah, you're absolutely right. Look at the setup here.
Yeah, they are so prepared for this. And away we go. CNED goes in, anti-flash. Oh, that could have been the icing on the cake. It's not to be. Nats, the destroyer of dreams, happy on the other side. And Investio as well. Zeke has to respect this now.
Trying to pick up the pace a little bit here.
Oh, no way! Nats goes down to Zeke. I thought he had him dead to rights. It wasn't to be. This is scrappy, and that's not where Gambit thrive. It's where Acend come online. They find so much momentum in the brutality of it all. Shados, Redgar, and Defo. Killers, be careful now. There's 2 players. He's going to make mincemeat of one, but it's a good trade out. It's enough to secure the site for the spike plant. Flashback up in a couple of seconds as well. Shados can run this now. A pivotal position, and Redgar wants to try and play off the back of it as well. That's the first challenge. He wins. Shados, that is everything he needed, but Redgar is right there in support. The unison works well, and Gambit.
So you can Bone Cold though, just in both information tools ready and waiting. Bone Cold will actually find Redgar there.
Was that through smoke? I feel like it was.
Yeah.
But Defo looking like he might be on track for a trade, and he is. That's Killer's now punished towards the top mid, which will cut off some of these rotations. That's actually a huge pick to garner.
This again, Defo finding.
Oh, Chronicle, this patience.
And now with the flash, it should give Acend a good idea of what's about to go down.
Defo, you still need to be key in this one, and Bone Cold's got him across the map. CNED still stands as well. This could be the one. This could be the round to take him across the line. Nats, the last one alive here, and Acend bound back. 13-7. There is life in them yet.
And that's huge. We talked about this in terms of a best of 5.
Gambit, and I wonder how the preparation's gone already. A 3-play lean this side. It looks like a burst through potentially the door. And it's not gone very well, but the second layer to that will be Bone Cold. 20 HP, he has to fade away from this and leave either Killers to pick up that mantle or to fall back to sight.
Look at Nats to try and find something to do. He's right out of drop already. Potential to challenge Killers, and he will win it out. He'll find Bone Cold as well.
He's just sliced through Acend. I thought maybe he was good for one of those, not 2. CNED and Starzo.
Last player standing.
Ain't gonna have much. Shado's gonna find CNED, and Starzo's position is more than noted. 1 kill here.
They shouldn't swing through this, but actually will spot a barrel there and deal with Shados. Close by. Time ticking away. It's an open plant already. And we got this one in the bag. Nats will deal the final blow. Got to keep in mind that map 2 performance. He's got to get his head back in the game. He is pivotal to Gambit's success, particularly on the attack.
Yeah, and this is a good confidence boost. Yeah, you can see the net just being closed on Acend at the moment. Nat's taking a little more space as well, herding them forward. He's going to hear all of this. Actually going to pull the trigger on the player at the end. That's going to be Killer's caught. He knows Starzo's nearby. He got that information earlier, so it's just teed up. So comfortable for the man. And CNED has been tagged, so position's already been noted. He's got 2 coming in from tower, and neither of these shots really finding what he wants. That one does. Any more? Yeah, 1 more. Little confidence booster, but the round, regardless, is Gambit's. Bone Cold has to be so integral here in my mind, but there's so many players literally sat for this Chronicle. Ducks under it. Oh dear, this is looking a bit dangerous to say the least. Killhead, Starzo, and Zeke, what are you going to do with this? Nats makes his appearance. And look at this shutdown from Gambit. This was never meant to be this way. But Gambit don't care. They make it their own. 5 stand.
Towards Arcade.
Just looks like Gambit is so in control of the ebb and flow of this. They know that Acend want to try and get, not necessarily in their faces, but find a little bit of something, and so aware of the possibility of CNED. Yes, the steps are heard, and actually, a second. He dropped the ball, CNED will punish, but an instantaneous trade. Zeke still going to do well for 1, can't convert towards a second. It's a 3v1, Killers. You got anything up the sleeve? Absolutely not. Chronicle is there. And again, so much invested, though, ult-wise into this as well. Redgar and Chronicle both putting everything they have into this round early on. Bone Cold still good to catch across, though. Spots another, and that's Shados. Managing to stay alive, but CNED's in danger. He's got players left and right. Zeke's gone down, and oh no, CNED burns alive. Bone Cold, Starzo, and Killers put to task, put to test, and Shados passes his. It's traded out eventually, but the spike's gone down. The ult comes in. And now Starzo and Bone Cold are presented the unfavorable, unfathomable task, but actually getting Redgar's made this possible. And look at the HP on Chronicle. 4 HP versus Bone Cold's 2.
Actually, Starzo throws the Cosmic Divide in as well. Nat's the last man standing.
The king of cool, though. Look at this guy, composed as ever. He's got to get a run on. Oh, the defuse is not going to stop. The defuse comes in, and they just make it across the finish line.
Ultimately, Acend have to make a decision, right? They have to choose one way or the other to regress onto. You can see the plan in place to address that on the side of Gambit. Actually, it's the molly kill from Chronicle to actually find CNED.
Send a little bit of that util down. Could be Chronicle on the other side, has to kind of respect that. Starzo, though, just sat in that smoke, hoping for someone to make an appearance, but it's always favorable towards Gambit. It feels like Acend can't get a clean start in any of this, and Zeke just gets dismantled. This is Gambit looking formidable right now. I feel like the phrase easier said than done is an understatement. Chronicle could be in trouble here. He's got...
Well,
okay,
not
no,
so
he's
much.
absolutely fine. Chronicle has nothing to fear. CNED seems like he can't hit a barn door right now. He's having a nightmare of a game. And, well, when you said flawless, you meant for Acend, right?
Yes.
Not Gambit.
Yeah. Lots of things for Starzo to deal with initially when we forced away from that choke point.
They haven't quite committed just yet, but they're just on the verge. Now Zeke with the first, and Zeke, don't know what happened, but Starzo, oh no, it's an absolute disaster again. What is going on? Acend, it's all falling to pieces. I'm a little taken aback for words here, because Gambit for once didn't have to turn all the screws. Acend kind of did it for themselves, and that's to shut down the round at 7-1.
Problem being, Acend now look as if they're trying to desperately shut down these hits before they come. Okay.
Well, yeah, to try something maybe, I don't know.
Again, this wall, and Sean highlighted this.
I know that you're being hunted down slowly but surely, but 4 still stand. Good connection for Bone Cold, but an instantaneous trade for Shados. It's quick, and it's pretty much unforgiving as the site now begins to be squeezed and taken over. Spike en route as well. And it's Zeke and Starzo to face it down, and that's again yet to die.
Starzo is going to be given one. Shados actually will challenge. Slowed down now. Marshal in hand. Comes through.
He still
Land
won't
another
die.
headshot. He's so sharp. Him and Chronicle.
Okay, so he's going to start at least clearing. Nats has got problems on several fronts. He knows now there's one, but he's now spotted another! No one can get past him! He's the immovable object. Bone Cold now noted, forced to fight, can't beat out Redgar, and they all still stand. Nats finally falls! Oh my word, excuse me, it's Killers who finally falls. This is just down to 2, Starzo and CNED. And they're so split on this. Isolated again, Nats is just, he just won't die! He literally will not die! Is he playing a different game?
That's one player commanding.
Tower, allow and facilitate the play to come in. The site's being taken and no one's going to stop it. They still know there's someone up towards it, and there's those ults coming on back through. Maybe this time there'll be some blood drawn. And yet nothing. They still hold the site. They hold their nerve and they still keep just racking up the bodies. No matter what they do, Nats finally goes down. But then there's the second line. Then there's Chronicle. Then there's Defo. Then there's Redgar. And none of it is working for Acend. Gambit look untouchable.
Now we come back to how rattled are Acend by this sort of scoreline.
Well, I would say probably very at this point, because Gambit are exuding confidence, and Shados just gets the freest kill of his life. It's all too simple, and nothing in any of these strat books and plays and considerations that Acend had are going to make a blind bit of difference, because right now Starzo is the only one who can do anything to deny this, and it's a 1v5. And even he knows he's staring down the barrel of a gun. It's done for. I don't care who you are. I don't see a world where this game changes, at least in this map. I think they're running away from us.
They literally have to bail on the zip line. It will force Acend into a quick hit towards B, though. I've got to back away and respect this for the time being, but they look towards taking tower straight away.
Yeah, the flash is so good. Redgar just beheads Zeke. But there's 2 more potential victims. Look at this, they're all on the other side, and the raid boss is here. Nats refusing to relent. This guy's a god right now. Untouchable by all accounts. Starzo, there's just a bounding defo in your face. How's rock, paper, and scissors now? And how much should we chalk this up to? Acend not quite being where they need to be on this, or the fact that Gambit are that much?
This is so uncharacteristic.
They're going.
of what we see from Gambit.
They're sending. They're full
Full
sending.
send.
It is
Full send.
absolutely full send. Defo at the helm. This time, Acend are fighting back, but we know who still stands is Nats. He finally gets taken down. And Red Guy's not got it. Okay. Okay, they're cheering. They're cheering.
It's getting a little livelier on the stage. Getting a little livelier in game as well. Acend quickly push through A main here to find the opener on the back of Zeke. Trying to isolate Shados as well.
They still need to ensure, even with all this newfound confidence, they don't overcook it because there's still a little bit of a threat. And it's been dealt with. Starzo does well to find them. And now 1v2. Does this do as much damage? No. Starzo going to push forward, try to get around it. Defo now knows where they are, but they're closing the gap, and it's Starzo. Good work. 5v4 now. They need to get a pick back. They need to have something go cleanly in their way, and it's just not. Gambit on the verge of closing this one down. 3 more victims stand. Shados just toying with his meal.
You want to find it?
Now has to be aware that he could be surrounded. He's dealing with the pressure well because he knows that Nats has his back. Gonna find one. Red God swings in, and it's all down to Starzo. It's all but over. 13-3. A flawless end to the near-on flawless map. This was decisive. Within check, but the spike is down, and the time's on their side.
He's now actually going to get spotted out. He will deal with Red Guard. Lots of focus coming back through B main here, but Gambit playing very deep. The backside of sight here.
Oh, and the overwhelmed Shados goes down. Defo and Nats, if you've got anything left to defend that spike, ticking away time by time. Cena going to try and close in towards Kitchen. Halfway now achieved. There's not much to stop it. Killers takes down Nats. It's all on Defo, and he's not in the right place nor at the right time. First round goes to Acend.
Find a couple on the way out, but
But a chip damage doesn't quite connect. Shadow still fine to move forward. Wall goes in. Starzo goes up and over. Still going to be good for one, but the rifle gets dropped. And that's now Chronicle coming online. Bonecold still at least keeping himself in the battle. A 3v2 isn't so simple, but Nats... Oh, this is huge.
That's huge info.
Nats is threading the needle. Yes, he gets noted, but still he does the damage. Facilitates the cross towards the site if they fancy it, but maybe still want to be diligent. Find Bonecold first.
Bonecold can remove another weapon. That's huge for Acend. Moves it to a 1v2. Nats is 45 HP.
Left.
It's definitely doable here.
He's already thinking about it.
Oh,
Nats,
Nats.
he's that
Wise
far
to
ahead.
it, man.
He's that far ahead. He's already considering these next... A whole lot of nothing.
I mean, Zeke on the back of his ultimate does have a rifle, but Nats just walks up. Bonecold
Timing, Gillets! Gillets! Oh, the timing could have been everything. He only gets one, though. Trades out, still going to tee up someone like Cena. Gets Red Guard down. Shados kicks into action, gets the punish on Starzo and fades away. Sight take comes in. Shados quick to this. Tries to clear, but now makes sure he sits with that spike. Crossing on over, trying to keep this safe. Zeke going to pop the ult as well. Cena with one and Zeke with the other. They make it work. Maybe a peek to middle and a peek to long. Cena so aware. We need him. If you're an Acend fan, you need him to find some of this, but already you can see Shadow tries to just body block him. Cena still stands! And that's the last one here, already being closed in on 2 players down middle. This feels inevitable, and it is Zeke with a shot to the back. I don't know how Cena was alive for so long. It's hit the brakes a little, which has allowed Acend to slip in towards the side. Killers is right there amongst them all. This player's just around that corner. Spraying him wildly because it's no connection. It's Defo to find Bonecold, and now the backlines get some attention from Killers. But Cena pins down Defo, and the 4v3 carries on, but Cena tries to get involved in this. The spike yet to go down. Starzo, he's going for the drop, and he gets sent packing. Redgar digs in his heels, finds 2 critical kills, and now Cena called upon. The man's needed here for Acend, and he's been outdone. Shados takes the ground, and Gambit take the round.
I guess on the point of re-aggression, back onto site. This is exactly that kill I'm talking about here to stop Defo doing any further damage. Unfortunately, Starzo, I think he's expecting to drop down to ground level, but it's just...
And as it fades, he walks it. Zeke so hyper-aware now.
Right here.
Keeping control of middle might be critical to this, as now the sight hit comes in. Bonecold now knows that he doesn't have to worry about his back, but it's the front that's the problem, as Shados is still the powerhouse, playing on through, creating space, and opening up a little bit of room for a plant to come in. Defo now watching in case someone gets a little aggressive ahead on that short playback. Oh, gets popped. And now suddenly, this is looking dicey. Chronicle! How's he found 3? Chronicle turns this round on its head, and CNED, the last line of defense for Acend in this, has Defo and shahzam to get past. He tries to lean forward and caught in the side. shahzam is coming alive in these moments.
Actually, both walls invested, so a little bit of a stalemate here ahead of the plant.
There's 4 players behind this site. CNED's got the ult out as well. shahzam isn't going to get much done this time. CNED's there towards Nats. It's on Redgar, it's on Chronicle, and Chronicle, this would be a time to really do a bit of a mental damage towards the opponents. But again, there's still so many bodies, but they are on Sheriffs. A couple of upgrades here and there, but he's found maybe the chance on one. Oh, the second Bone Cold. Keeps control and gets it across the line. Ult comes out, and CNED looking for a pixel over that wall. Nothing really presented. Zeke on the backline's in a miss, and a bad one at that. Starzo by his side, though, going to make up for the problems. Nats exceeds expectations. Rez comes out. CNED back on his feet, and Starzo with a mad step towards shahzam. It's put so much pressure back, and Starzo's having a round. 3 already. He's making it 4. He wants to do it all himself, and he might be able to do it. It's CNED to close down the account. There's a lot of people who could overwhelm him right now. Let's see if we can play this right.
What?
Yeah, real quick. That's not bad for CNED. Bone Cold next in line, trying to hold this push up, do some chip damage. shahzam down a little low. Defo not looking so pretty either. The walking wounded now. Do take towards the site. CNED still keeps calm, keeps cool. Goes for a mad shot. Not going to find it, but it is now a 1v3, and Nats outnumbered, outgunned.
He already created a hole. This makes it so awkward to plant now. 18 seconds left.
You're seeing Chronicle still deliver towards Bone Cold. That's not good from Starzo. Outdone time now. 12 seconds. Zeke beats Nats, but it's a 4v3. Spike goes in, and the walk, you can see it to the left side. Redgar gets caught. I thought him dead to rights, but Zeke's still there to keep this in hand. Chronicle, Defo, and shahzam, what have you got for us? Chronicle just going to try and live this out.
What?
Takes down Zeke. Domination as CNED now drops in. The big reveal in a second's time, tries to spam on through, doesn't get what he wants. Killers is right there as well. A tap on this one. Draws the fire. What? CNED beheads him, dashes away, tries to absolutely play his life, but time. Hypok, they're running out of time here.
It's an open plant as well, so Chronicle can punish this if they go for it. CNED's actually sticking through. He's going to get to half.
He's got it to half, but that's all he's going to get. shahzam denies, and Gambit this time. Flank coming out from Bone Cold as well. Gambit, though, are good at this sort of work. We saw Chronicle delivering 3 in this. Spike plant goes in. Nothing to stop it yet. CNED looking for that chance. Needs it, gets it. Nat still finds Bone Cold, though. So the flank's not coming in. There's no help on the way now. It's a 3 that stand for Acend, and Gambit clawing this back round by round. Every single trade is still favorable until then. Zeke will get it back on even footing. Oh, and Zeke! How's he doing it? A 1v1, though. Up against the god himself of Nats. How do you get around this, Zeke? What's the plan in mind? Is this what you've got for us? Trying to do what he wants, but the time is going to be just trickled away. HP burning down, ripped away from him. He's down to absolutely nothing, and the close comes in. Nats, he's got him dead to rights, and it's going to be a close.
We're able to escape with the orb there as well. Defo countering that pressure. We'll find Bone Cold. Acend want to try and force this, though. shahzam will find a second.
And they're still just fine. They all got kind of bundled up together, but they come out of it scot-free, and the fight continues. But it's so favorable to shahzam, who's just been a butcher. Dicing up Acend, leaving just CNED alive. A 1v4, and it ain't looking likely. shahzam with a shutdown.
Utilities to deal with on the way through, but we'll deal with this wall first of all. shahzam will chip away, we'll find a hole. Actually, a couple of members of Acend will retreat.
Bone Cold's going to be overwhelmed. shahzam has done the first bit of damage here, but the time is going to be of the essence. CNED finds Nats. They're falling. CNED's found Redgar. It's going to be on 1, and it's done. Starzo gets Defo. And Acend will only keep 2 alive, but they get the round.
Towards A site.
Yeah. I'm waiting to see if maybe Zeke tries to keep them attentive towards that A site, but now it's noted. It's been heard, it's been seen. And as the shahzam back at the site with Nats up towards the rafters, it's Starzo on the first chopping block, and they've gone down. Gambit holding 3, and now Nats just comes alive when needed, and that's a shutdown.
Defo actually might even find a peek here at the start. Just missing on the second.
Are they alive? Defo, gotta be careful. Maybe not. He's just fine keeping his composure, and it's cool. They line up. How a Gambit making it look so simple. Starzo still stands, but it's for a moment to watch. You can see that's CNED's intention, but Redgar very aware of what that may be. Nats on the other side. 3 players trying to face down CNED right now, and there's no easy support. If Zeke overcommits, Nats gets the punish. This is difficult, and yeah, that's Nats. Oh, it's Nats all day! 2 quick kills, and Acend are now starting to struggle. We need a moment back from them, and it's not going to come in the form of CNED right now. Down to Bone Cold and kyedae. And that spike is left deep in the clutches of Gambit. kyedae tries to work his way forward. Redgar already aware, already thinking about it. Double digits is beckoning. Greatness is calling, and Gambit are answering, which is fantastic for the rotations because they didn't necessarily bite early. Nats is really trying to do the damage, and this is the backline defense that Gambit can depend upon for now. Time. They didn't leave it too late, though. It's still 34 seconds, but Zeke. Tricky scenario, you know that players are close by. Just going to use the lid to try and buy a little bit of safety. Redgar still finds Starzo. That's now the spike left loose. Nats gets involved.
No way,
he pushes ahead. The man is so brave to do this. But Bone Cold quells it, but look what's left. It's down to just 1. Bone Cold in a 1v3, 13 seconds. And I think Gambit might have just done enough to get to 11.
And buying so much time. We talked about creeping back away. There was no rotation coming through from Gambit. And just on the back of the snake bite, able to buy enough time. This is... It's almost illogical to push in like that, because you've got to anticipate.
Down, Bone Cold puts his life in his hands. Starzo looks towards rafters, doesn't see it, and Cena takes a look, takes a glimpse, and takes a scalp. Shados goes, Redgar down, CNED! You say you need him, there he is, but it's not without reply. Bone Cold and Starzo put into a 2v2. You've got Nats and Chronicle, the dastardly duo that we saw from the first time. Now Starzo takes down half of it, it's all on Chronicle. A 1v2 to get to 12, or it's 11-11, and we go all even again. Chronicle tries to get further forward around the world we go, they're just playing time. Starzo, perfect composure.
Literally before they're even able to challenge any of these angles on site. So it requires Acend to methodically push through. CNED comes up huge when Acend need a hero.
Let's go! Let's go!
CNED is closing that gap quick. It's on Shados to do any sort of damage he can.
They pass each
Slips
other.
the net, it's Shados to win. Zeke goes down, falls away safely, Chronicle by his side. The rest of the team's on the way, but Shados wants to get to 12 on his own back. Bone Cold stops the tear before it really comes through, but the spike goes down. Post plant, 3 of them standing. Rez comes in and could be 4 back up. There's the Rez. It's going to be Redgar getting Shados. There's Zeke back on his feet. It's a 4v5 now. Defo still stands fighting kyedae. And look at the positioning coming out.
No
Defo!
way.
How's he got Starzo? And now it's all down to Zeke. The one man against the army of Gambit. And it's 12 on the board for Gambit now.
That round comes apart at the seams for Acend.
Defo's re-aggressing. He's going for a second look. Another bite of the cherry. He got the first tag on Cena. Does he now get the better of him? Forced to fight, and he succeeds. Cena down, blades come out. kyedae is going to find him, so it's not going to be easy just yet. It's not smooth sailing across the board. Starzo holds his own, takes down Nats. They have to respect this for merely a second. Shados, Redgar, Chronicle. What's the plan?
Gambit, 3v4 on the retake. Again, Acend they want to scrap for this. They want to fight. See here now, Zeke has to go huge. The wall goes up, but straight away ripped away.
The time, this is it. Time to strike for Zeke. Starzo by his side. It's 12-12. Acend aren't done yet. Somehow undo. Defo going to be trying to get up towards those rafters. See if he can get that pick. Zeke happy to the first contact. The wall goes up and away we go. Bone Cold says no. Starzo as well. It's down to Redgar and Chronicle. The 2 stand. Make it 1. Redgar, is there anything left in the tank? Or have Acend done enough to take us all the way here? Redgar gonna get towards the side. Tap the spike. No way.
No way.
No way. Someone stop him. It's gonna be Zeke. And we're going the distance.
We go to map 5.
Notion that someone's
30
just
seconds left.
around the corner.
I think they're pausing for this flash here, so again, with Starzo playing so close, he might actually be able to find a kill ahead of this.
flash.
He will actually.
They went ahead of it. He did a little bit of damage, but they still stand, and there's going to be kyedae slipping away towards CT. Has to try and catch this cross, but the spike's going to be on the site. He can't really deny that. There's a wide old flank coming in too. Keep that in the back of your mind.
Left.
Zeke is going to be on the maddest of flanks.
planted.
CNED up towards heaven. Gambit
turret's offline.
locked into the site, and you're right. This gives Zeke a chance, and he gets it with both hands. Looking for the follow-up. Shados, he was lower HP earlier on. Zeke, what a time to find form as Acend looking like they want to send that message home. Acend are here. First round on the board. Zeke's tucked in towards hell as well. So starzo can fall away, maybe
Yeah,
sit
exactly.
like a little deeper, just be careful and no one's going to explore too deep on that. I'm looking at this man on the screen right there, Zeke. How much more can he get done from this? Actually gets dropped on, and Defo just bullies down starzo. Yeah, Bone Cold's alive, but he's got a time limit on his life, and he knows it. Gets aggressive, and that's the spike. Hold on. Oh, Bone Cold. I thought that shot was coming in, but time. 10 seconds now. There's still danger. They have to facilitate that cross, and Defo's defending it with his life. Gets Nats towards the site. The spike goes in, and Killers is on the ground level now.
Planted.
Yes, left to deal with this spy cam, but not even a factor here. Defo will close things out, so cause some problems here. Zeke will pop the showstopper, try and find something in mid. He might actually find Redgar inside ropes. He will.
Redgar was none the wiser. And now here's the problem. Acend shut them down in the entryway. Defo can get in here eventually. How much can he do though? 10 seconds. It ain't much to play with. Acend compile some part of mid control, but now without that wall in place, it's going to be a quick burst. Defo going to try and lead the charge, but eats the flash. It's not good. Bone Cold actually took a second or two to punish it, but he still does. Swing back in from starzo, keeps his nerve. And now you can see the pinch coming in, but it's being dealt with to perfection by Acend. Two players still have to try and get past. Bone Cold still here! One bullet is all he needs. 3 to spare. You got any more? He finally runs out. As there's the final shutdown. Acend are in full form, Hypok. Close in the gap here. CNED forced to respect this. So much utility invested. Nats with the ult comes in as well. KJ ult comes down. Zeke still stands. starzo on the back of the site. The spray towards main. And the spike's been lost.
They're just going to try and recover this here. starzo still back sight, and starzo stands strong again. 33 HP now.
Oh, and the aim from CNED comes in. It's a celebration from Acend. Gambit are bringing nothing out right now.
Will pull back towards the team. They try and stack up here, but they throw everything in this round, and Acend just sit back. They let them push in. It's almost looking like some of the setups we saw on Fracture from Gambit. They're baiting in. They want...
Close flash. Close enough, yeah, he eats it, but he doesn't pull the trigger. He sits and waits, and he's just going to be turned into mincemeat. Defo makes it look easy. Light work!
What?
Zeke still gets away with 2. It's a 2v3. This isn't impossible. Killers and CNED up in heaven. Drops down towards hell, looking for that pick. And oh, Killers gets 1. A 1v2. Have they even noted CNED? It looks like they want to double face through by Pillar, and he's still going to keep his life for now. 22 seconds. He's doing everything he can in this scenario. Shados is low HP. Redgar still sitting pretty. Another fight! Oh, and the spray just goes wayward.
We talked about statistically Nats earlier. He's 1-7 right now. And the weird thing to consider here, it's almost like Acend, they're like wired to the primary source in this round here.
And Defo just gonna have to let it rip, do any sort of damage. That's a great start. Huge impact from Gambit, and finally they switch it up. Finally they look for a new option.
In this round. They'll try to force back through, but the snake bite gonna slow things down there. CNED finds ahead.
Oh, CNED, maybe there's still a bit of a chance on this one. Time is going to be dwindling. There's the res coming in. No, Redgar doesn't want this to happen. He's going to find more. Chronicle by his side. It's a thrifty round that they convert, and it's a... Surely they ask questions
the
now.
wall on B main, if they shoot that, that's going to tell Acend everything they need to know.
Defo. Huge impact. Impeccable work. He sold them an absolute fake and a half. And Zeke going to try and close in with that judge, but it looks like it's done for. Gambit pull out the fake just as they needed it here.
Well, I guess the success of all that conditioning, as soon as that adjustment comes on that A-site hit with the Cosmic Divide, Acend bite.
And this one step too far.
How?
Gambit, they're never out of it. They are never done. They work back 5 rounds. Because Defo got out of there. Now the flash comes in, going to be forcing them further back, and now the hit looks like it wants to filter on through. Fountain on down. It's going to be Defo who just gets Rover run. Bone Cold just straight up fights through him. What are these kills? Acend, just powerful in approach. Shados and Chronicle playing through from CT, but it's 4 to find. It ain't going to be easy now. Spike down the time in their side. Zeke looking for it, and he gets it. Acend get the pistol in the second half.
Have a letterbox to shoot through.
Yes. Oh, that's a dangerous angle, and Chronicle actually connects towards him instead. That's actually kind of sick. And now you're going to have to see the rest of Acend trying to fill that gap. There's Killers, there's CNED. It's going to be shut down. Clean enough as Redgar, the last one to come around. Dealt with. 4 still stand. And Acend But look at the response in kind.
So
it's
quick
quick.
through ropes.
They're straight up through ropes. They really want to punish this, maybe aggression or maybe players out of place. No one's going to offer them a free kill here. And here's the swing, Redguard. This could be everything. Timing could be great. Actually, a decent trade for Starzo. Next in line, Defo's gone down. And Nats is trying to keep this together. The one player that's left is kyedae. Rifle to hand and a CT push in mind. He knows where Nats is. Maybe a further step towards Chronicle. A fight on one and a loss. Chronicle keeps control. 2 rifles remain, and Gambit get on the board, and maybe they feel it can be a little exploited, and it looks like they're going to go straight in towards this isolate if they can! And Shados greets him with a smile, sends Zeke right on back. Defo still trying to do the dance, and he comes out on top! And now just 2, make it 1, killers with nothing to do but die, and Gambit!
Which is to greet aggression. At the front door, this isn't deep towards sight. This is literally at the choke point. And the rotation comes through so quickly, so quickly.
And there is CNED. However, it is a look towards that B side, but we know the utility setup is good from Chronicle, but can he keep it in check? Yes, he absolutely can. Defo by his side finds Zeke, and now Chronicle want to get aggressive on this, but look where the spike's going. It's heading straight towards A.
Defo being positioned here almost has a good idea of exactly what's going on. Starzo does have the res, but...
Showing attendance, Starzo sprays him wildly, he gets 1! Redguard's fallen, and now they back away. That's what they wanted. They wanted that 1 pick, and now they could have unleashed. Starzo playing by Pillar looks towards heaven. There's that lockdown coming on through. What do they do with this? 10 seconds.
This is so late, though.
You're not wrong. This is wrong. Oh, CNED, you're playing with fire, and Defo's going to punish Starzo, though. Back to the side, back to the wall, quite literally. And he's got to be careful. Isolates 1, and now the 1v1. He loses out to Defo, but the timing is all theirs. Acend make it to double digits.
And it allows Acend to completely dislodge the entire game plan. Somehow, Gambit still make that interesting. Like
Absolutely.
I said, the lockdown comes so late, though. The scene there, I mean, he's faced with either being detained or losing out that 1v1. But
back into this game, and I feel like it was inevitable they'd be able to get there, but now CNED instantly puts himself in this. Redguard on the back lines, looking to do damage, but it's just a Spectre. As much as he can try and fight, it's still not much to bring through. Chronicle, only good for 1. And Nats with the Spectre again, still tucked in the corner. CNED, he falls, and Nats still stands.
I don't know how Nats just won that with a Spectre versus Cena at that range, but Defo also going to find Bone Cold. We're going to get ahead of this. kyedae will respond, though. A 2v2 presented. kyedae gets tagged up.
They're digging in so deep right now. Starzo, though, takes them to 12. And Acend are on championship point.
Run numbers. If they lose one on their way in, they trade out, they have the res, they can reinforce behind this. Yeah, I have no idea how how Nats wins that 1v1, but Starzo, man, the late round piece for Acend.
2 rifles, a Bulldog, and 2 Spectres. Light armor as well. It's not pretty, but Gambit are known to go against the odds. But right now, Acend are playing out of their minds. kyedae's checked on early, tries to play safety. Defo wants to close that gap. He wants to be the one to make the difference. And all he feels is the full force from kyedae. And now they're out of positions, they're out of sorts. Shados, what'd you do with this? He's talking to sewer.
Might even get caught, but CNED,
oh my god, CNED's just unleashed as well. So they've now opened up that A site. This instantly dwindles Gambit's numbers down to 3. Nats, Redguard, and Chronicle. How do you hold on to this? The ult comes in, the information free-flowing now. Chronicle tries to walk up. It's going to be Zeke and Starzo on the other side. They're keeping their composure. They're going to try and play him through heaven. Nats is on the other side of this, but all he has is that Spectre. He's already seen 1 pass. CNED finds 1. It's all on Redguard now. And this is what it comes down to. 1 more man to stand, and Redguard,
30 seconds left.
All the hours you've put in, thousands upon thousands, is down to a 1v4, and it's done! Acend are your Valorant Champions winners! The first of their kind to etch their names in the history books. And they did it in the shadows, surprising so many. And they've worked so hard.
This is really the second coming of this roster. We saw a dip in performance, a dip in form, and what a time to come back online here. Toppling Gambit, who have just looked dominant, even in the round, even in the series that they drop a map here and there. They show comeback, they show resilience, and Acend squash that here in the grand finals.
Amazing work from Acend. Truly, I think the
quarterfinals